Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here again. Before you go to bed on the Saturday night, I wanted to make sure that I had expressed some information that I know is essential. I think about that because as I listen to people who have different ideas about problems and solutions in reference to these same problems, and understanding that every individual might have a way of seeing things, and I believe they probably do. And usually they are different. Sometimes they look similar, but there's something that's always uniquely different about every last one of them. And all of them are legit because they represent who the people are. But none of them serve as a solution to the problem. Each of them can and must play a role. Each of them can and must play a role in the finished product that's satisfactory and fulfilling. But neither of them can of themselves or collective with everybody else fix the problems that exist in our societies today. These problems are created by we expressing ourselves or not expressing ourselves in our society today. And that is for a reason. There are only two ways they could exist. That's the right way and the other way. The right way is the one way. The other way is every other way. And so when we find ourselves trying to fix solutions, we can feel good about ourselves. We really think that when we are going toward what our real points are, that we are being good, that we are doing the best, we are better than the others. We think these things, and both sides are thinking the same thing for the same reasons. And we accomplish nothing. But I want to ask you, ladies and gentlemen, you have heard about something called heaven. And heaven means whatever heaven means to you. But in your situations and thoughts of heaven, you've never heard of, and I'm sure I can feel confident that across the board, this is the same about money being in heaven. And now, why wouldn't there be money in heaven? We probably think that wouldn't be money in heaven because what you gonna do with it? What you gonna do with money? You got everything. What you gonna buy? That's what you would probably think about heaven. And you would probably think that any problem that existed on earth that we have amongst ourselves that we're debating today and can't fix, those problems won't exist in heaven because for one reason or another, they would have been fixed or they would have been eradicated from the scene. But just as we can accept the fact that there probably is no money in heaven, it seems reasonable to me to conclude that there's no red and there's no blue in heaven. There's no Republican and there's no Democrat in heaven. Why? Because they're not needed. Why? Everybody's satisfied. Republican and Democrat means different. Red and blue means different. But where heaven is, people have made the decision. Whatever is in heaven have made the decision. The decision is made that this is the way we're going to operate this machine. This machine requires that we treat others like we want to be treated. This machine requires that we understand that the maker of this is invisible, but this exists because of the power of that which is invisible. That even this earth that we live on is by some power outside of ourselves and it for us. So right on with the right on. The resources, the same thing. This machine, it operates because people recognize that they themselves can engage. The system is set up that they can engage themselves in the process of their creating heaven or hell. And they choose heaven because they do what they love and they're rewarded with joy. And that allows them the energy, that allows them the motivation to go and continue to live as they cause the fulfillment and the satisfaction in life, because people now can have their needs, wants, and their desires met. I'm telling you this all the time. Suffer for nothing, no food, no clothing, no anything that's made by the hands of man. They got access to it, living in peace, prosperous and free, joyous, and living their dreams. Hey, that's how this machine operates. We recognize an invisible power. No way would anybody have the love like they got for Trump or what got for Putin or they got for the fear of these that they think you have to lick their boots to feel safe. No, 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 no. None of that. You don't have that kind of, you're not afraid of any of that because you are alive. You know the truth. The truth is there is a power that is responsible for you being here. And there's a power responsible for the earth being here. There's a power responsible for everything. So we're here. What we worried about? We won't be here after a while. What we worried about? So live. Just live.